Researchers say people who used melatonin regularly for a year or more, that's definitely me, yikes, I know Dr. Coley, she's already looking at me, they have a higher risk of heart failure.
I'm surprised to hear this.
Of me or
No, not surprised by you taking it every night. Surprised about the heart failure part. They looked at medical records for tens of thousands of adults and found that those taking melatonin long term were about 90% more likely to develop heart failure within the last 5 years. So you know we have to talk about it. 9 News medical expert Dr. Coley is here. Tell us more and start with the basics. Like, what is melatonin? I feel like it's something I heard about until, in the last few years, and now it's everywhere. What is it?
It's our sleep hormone. It naturally occurs. There's this little gland in our brain that's considered the light sensor of our brain. It senses when it's light outside and when it's dark outside. It releases melatonin about 2 hours before bedtime, peaks around midnight, and then it starts to go down in the morning. So basically, when you have a lot of melatonin around, it's a little signal to our brain that it's time to rest, relax, and go to sleep. Now, melatonin obviously works on sleep, but it also works on hormones. It works on inflammation. So there are other effects of this naturally occurring hormone as well. And as you said, Alex, it's become so popular to take melatonin supplements, and people think it's a supplement, so it's okay to take it. I myself have taken it rarely when I travel, when I have jet lag, if I'm traveling to Europe. But we know that supplements and the naturally occurring hormones are not the same thing.
My sleep routine is getting a little wrench in it, but that's okay. So talk to us about melatonin and how it can actually cause heart failure.
Yep, so let's be really careful what language we use here. It's not causing heart failure. We don't know if it causes heart failure. It's associated with heart failure. And that's one of the limitations of this study because it didn't randomize people. It didn't say you take melatonin, you don't. That controls for other factors. It basically looked at the people taking melatonin, and those people, mind you, Sam, could have had something else that was driving them to take melatonin, or because of their other risk factors for heart failure, maybe they took more melatonin, but it followed them over 5 years. And as you said, Alex, 90% more likely to have heart failure, 3.5 times more likely to end up in the hospital with heart failure, and twice as likely to die. So we're now feeling alarmed because what we thought was benign and innocuous, and the key here is that people were taking it over a year. And it was also people who filled frequent melatonin prescriptions. In the UK, melatonin is prescribed. It's not over the counter. Yes. So they looked at those that filled frequent melatonin prescriptions or took it over a year, such as in the US, and those are the ones that had this signal.
Sam, what are you thinking? Are you tossing that bottle in the trash?
I'm gonna have to think off
You have to process this a little bit. No, that's fair, because I've also heard, I know parents that live by this, by giving their kids the stuff to wind them down at night, but I have heard that you should never give this to your kids. So can we talk about the kids of it all?
Yeah, so let's talk about the kids. Very rarely in certain kids, especially those with ADHD and autism, where their melatonin is dysfunctional, you can think about giving melatonin. But I would advise you, Sam, and any parent out there who's considering it to talk to your doctor, because the supplements that are available over the counter can have a wide variability of doses, sometimes 400% as much. Now in this study, we didn't know what doses they were using. We didn't know if they were using it every day or not. But guys, there's a prescription melatonin. So if you feel like you need something to help you go to sleep, I really want you to go to see a doctor or a sleep doctor and talk about an FDA-regulated form of melatonin. There's something called a melatonin agonist. It binds the receptor and turns it on in the brain.
Dr. Coley,
yes.
you've given me hope.
Would you do
that? Yes.
So that's what I want you to do,
Okay,
Sam,
rather than just like junk out there.
Just over-the-counter stuff, which is not regulated. You don't know how much is in it. You don't know how pure it is. And same for your kids. If you're ever thinking of giving a child melatonin, I'd much rather you give a prescription amount that's controlled. You know exactly what they're getting under the supervision of a doctor rather than using it yourself.
What advice would you also give to any viewers out there, to myself, who struggle with insomnia? What advice would you give?
It's incredibly common. And I will say a huge part of insomnia is in our head. And so one of the challenges with melatonin, just like you maybe have, it's not a physical dependence, but it's a psychological dependence.
Makes sense.
Because once you keep using it, you feel like you can't sleep normally without it. So I would say a lot of this is reconnecting with your soul, your wind down routine.
It's getting deep.
And really saying that their sleep is a complicated thing. It's our brain shutting off, it's our physiology kicking in, it's our hormones. But taking melatonin, which could disrupt your estrogen, your other factors, and of course this heart failure study to me was really concerning. For a young woman like you, that makes me nervous. So I think sleep hygiene is important. I think magnesium is a great supplement to take to help with sleep. And I think talking to a sleep doctor about other things you can do would really help.
Okay.
You guys, Sam, a long checklist there.
All right. I will consider. Thank you, Dr. Coley.